So there's a classic question, which is, why is there suffering in the world? And outside of Christianity, even Hermes Trismegistus, when he was asked this, why does God, what is the purpose and point of us being here? And his response is that he kept tight-lipped, and even he couldn't answer this. So this goes all the way back to, the pre-monotheistic religions. And it just kind of hit me. This is just my explanation for it, which is that it has to do with the semblance of authenticity. It would be easy to create a perfect system where nothing bad happens, because nothing would change. And you say, well, is it unfair? It's usually they'll bring up one circumstance, for instance, well, there's an animal in the forest and it breaks its leg and dies or something. So if a supernatural power intervened to help that one instance, then it would have to intervene for every instance. It would have to set a standard that there are certain things that we think are undue suffering and are due suffering. If you end up ordering something at a restaurant, you get and they send you the wrong thing, that's not, a life-changing event. That's not undue suffering. It's something you can correct, but it's relative to that situation. So, and then you can go into what is suffering and those, who suffer more than others. But I think the whole point of the system is that you either transmute suffering into something better, or despite all the suffering, or despite all the negative things, you still choose the correct or right or better choice. And because any system with bad things in it has potentiality for good things, and there's a whole hierarchy and breadth of options, and without that you wouldn't have any choices. So there's something about a religious spiritual experience, and the whole bedstone of it is free will, which is Adam and Eve in the garden. If you want Christianity in a nutshell, it's that God said, here's a perfect world, there's one rule. That doesn't work. Then here's a semi-perfect world, and here are 10 rules, and that doesn't work. And then he says, you know what, just go with your gut, go with your feeling, and we'll still see if you make the right choice. Because things can get really bad or really good, but in the end, it's up to you to decide.